Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, America. Good evening, United Kingdom. Good evening, Asia. Good evening, Cuba. Good evening, Brazil. Good evening, Puerto Rico. Good evening, Guyana. Good evening, Ghana. Good evening, everyone all over the world. Yes, my name is Ibiroke Olasimbo Ohunoluwa, popularly called Yeye Omigbemileke, across the globe of the world. It is my pleasure to be with you again today, to share with you something very, very important, something very, very paramount, something very, very interesting. Yes, a very, very pivotal point in the life of the African man. Today, I'll be talking on Ifa. I'm talking to us on Ifa. Yes, a lot of people would wonder, why is she talking about Ifa? Is she not talking about water? No, I'm talking about Ifa because the truth about the water kingdom is revealed in Ifa. Ifa happens to be the prophet of all the Orisha, and Ifa is deemed to be the wisdom of Olodumare. Ifa is not just Orisha on its own. Ifa is wisdom, is philosophy, and Ifa is so many things in so many ways, and that is what I'm going to look at today. One of the reasons why I'm going into this is because a particular sister called me from Europe to tell me how she went as far as Ghana. She came down to Africa in Ghana to do Ifa initiation. And when I asked her what her Ifa corpus, Odu Ifa, was, she could not answer it. She told me consciousness, and I asked her what on earth is consciousness. I could see that that particular lady has been scammed. Hence, the need for me to come on air and explain to the whole world what Ifa is. What is Ifa? Ifa is a religion, and it is also a system of divination that originated in the Yoruba culture of West Africa, particularly among the Yoruba people of Nigeria. You can also find Ifa in Benin and Togo and some cities spread across West Africa. Ifa is a complex belief system that encompasses spirituality, cosmology, and the practice of divination. Ifa is centered around the worship of deities known as Orisha and the use of divination tools such as Ifa divination tree or seed or other items. Now, what have I said? Let me break it down. We are saying that Ifa is centered around the worship of Orisha. That is why when you make Ifa divination will put through on the particular Orisha that you need to appease at that particular time for a particular reason at that particular period in your life. That is, Ifa is centered around Orisha. Ifa will help you to know what to give a particular Orisha, what items is being demanded of you. Ifa is prophetic, so you have the divination system part of Ifa. Yes, the divination part of Ifa. That divination part of Ifa shows Ifa to us to be prophetic. So Ifa can see ahead and tell you what is coming and how to avert it. Ifa is prophetic, leaks secrets. Ifa can make you to know these hidden secrets about your life, your family, your spouse, your children, the people around you, your working place, and all and all. Ifa will help you to understand what exactly happened, is happening, and will likely happen. That is where you have the divination part of Ifa. And in the divination part of Ifa, you have such things as Ifa tray. Some people use the tray. Some people use Ifa seed, which we call Iki Ifa. That is 4, 5, or 6 eye palm kernel seed. Yes, consecrated, not just the one down the street. Some people use seashells. Some people use cowries. 16. And you have instances of people using 4 or 10 and things like that. You also have the use of kola nut for Ifa reading. I hope I have been able to make that clear. Now, Ifa practitioners are known as Babalawo or Iyanifa, and they play a crucial role in interpreting the messages and guidance provided through divination. So Ifa divination is also known for its oral tradition, which has been passed down through generations, and its sacred text known as Odu Ifa. What am I saying? Too much English. Let me break it down. Yes, what I'm saying is this. In the traditional Yoruba setting, you have Ifa devotees, Ifa priests and priestess, and the priests are called Babalawo, and the priestesses are called Iyanifa. Yes, those of us in the marine work as Iyosho, Iyaloko, we also use Ifa divination system to bring out hidden knowledge that may be needed. What we are saying is this: Ifa is very broad, Ifa is very wide, and the truth of Ifa, the oral tradition is passed from one generation to another, especially its sacred text, which is known as Odu Ifa. Now, Ifa has influenced various Afro-Caribbean religions, such as the Santeria in Cuba, Candomblé in Brazil, where it merged with elements of indigenous and Christian beliefs. It is a rich and diverse spiritual tradition with a deep cultural and historical significance. That is Ifa for you. Yes. If you go furthermore, you will also get to know that Ifa contrasts to other forms of divination in any region wherever you have it. Ifa does not rely on a person having oracular powers, but rather on a system of signs that are interpreted by a diviner. That is the Ifa priest or Babalawo, literally the priest father. That is who we call them. Now, Ifa divination system is applied whenever an important individual or collective decisions has to be made. Now, Ifa corpus is centered around is extensive, and is centered around mathematical formula, and is practiced among Yoruba communities and by the Africans in diaspora in America and Caribbean, and even scattered all over the world. As far as Japan, you have Ifa. You have the indigenous of these places also putting their hands into Ifa, doing Ifa divination. Now, when you are doing Ifa divination deals basically with the 16 corpus. We have 16 Odu Ifa, the 16 Oju Odu, 16 basic Ifa Odus, 16. Now, each of the 16 give birth to another 16. You have in the 16, you have Ejiogbe, you have Oyeku, Oshemeji, Owori, Irete, Obara, and on like that. Now, if you now come down to the proper analysis, you will see that each of these odus also give birth to another 16. So you are having extra 16 odus under Ejiogbe, another 16 under Oyeku, another 16 under Obara, another 16 under Oshe, another 16 under Owori, another 16 under Otura, another 16 under Owori. So you are having a situation where you have 16 on a line, each of the 16 having another 16, giving you 16 multiplied by 60, which will eventually give you 256 in all. That is Odu Ifa. Now, whenever you do Ifa divination, at least 2 or 3 of these corpus will come out. Once it comes out, what you are going to do, the Babalawo will chant it for you, and right in that Odu, you will have warning, you will have admonitions, you will have sacrifices to make, you will have instructions to follow, and on like that. Each of the Odus can have as much as 16 verses, 20 verses, and on and on. How many verses are chanted or recited to you will depend on the versatility of the chanter, which is the Babalawo. If a Babalawo knows just 8 verses of Ejiogbe, for instance, that is what he will chant for you. Now, when you go to do itefa, one of the Odus must give birth to you, and that will be the map through which your life will be guided. If you go anywhere and they do itefa for you and you do not have Odu, a particular Odu Ifa, either Ejiogbe or Ogbe Osa, Ogbe Yeku, Ogbe Wori, you must have one particular Odu, or Osa Di, Osa Wori. They cannot give you a particular corpus that give birth to you. My sister, you have just been scammed. Yes, that is in itefa, where you enter Igbodu as a man, or where your Ifa is taken into Igbodu as a woman, because females don't enter that Igbodu, but your Ifa will be taken there, and the analysis, the divination will be done to discover what your Ifa corpus is. If you do itefa and you do not have Odu Ifa that give birth to you, I want to tell you with due respect that you have just been scammed. Your body had just gone down the drain. And for those of you that are going elsewhere except Yoruba land to go and do your Ifa, not just Ifa reading, your Ifa initiation, I really don't understand. Going to meet people that are not the direct owner of something to do something for you, it looks somewhere. If you need to do your Ifa initiation, it is better for you to come down to Yoruba land, come down to Nigeria, and shine your eyes so that you don't get scam. My name remains Ibiroke Olasibo, popularly called the Yomi Gbemileke. I remember I remain your friend, your sister, your coach, and your mentor in Orisha Matter. You can reach me on +234 8135122 Yes, please feel free to drop your messages for me in this video. Let me know what your feelings are. Let me know how you feel about it. If you have questions, you are free to reach me on +234 8135122 Thanks for following me. Now, it's nice having you around. Bye bye. Good night.